Williams lets it fly, can't hit. Wilson the rebound, and this season has come up aces.
Hey, I also did that.
Welcome to another episode of Anointed Radio Sports. I'm your host, Benzel_Washington, repping for all the 90s babies. Salute to all y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Anointed Radio Sports. I want you to do three things. The first thing I need you to do is go follow me on my Instagram, Facebook. Instagram is Benzel_Washington 1993. Again, also you should go follow me on my Facebook page, which is Ben Johnson. I think I maybe should change that because there's so many Ben Johnsons that are in Facebook. So yeah, I might need to change that so you know. But I'm actually gonna post a picture with this hat. So if you see a guy with a beard in this hat, you know it's me. Secondly, what I need you to go do, I need you to go follow Anointed Radio Sports on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube as well. Check out all of our content. We do post a few snippets here and there about the show, to getting to know who we are, getting to know kind of our sports takes. If you agree or if you don't agree, that is definitely go comment on that. Third thing I need you to do is I need you to go download Anointed Radio Sports. That's on your Google Play Store, your App Store for iPhone, and also your Roku. Go do that right now. I'll give you a second. Go ahead. Did you do it yet? All right. Well, look. You can do it after the show, but definitely go download Anointed Radio to see all of our content, of other podcast content as well. Also, Jaylon Calhoun, he's the orchestrator of Anointed Radio. It is faith-based, but however, this show is mostly dedicated to Las Vegas sports. So if you're in Las Vegas, heck, if you're not in Las Vegas, if you're just, looking for somewhere to kind of, argue with somebody or say a comment or see what Las Vegas got going on, definitely tune in to our show. Drop a comment, subscribe, like, all of that. We really do appreciate all the love. I mean, so many people have been commenting on our videos. And it's crazy because a lot of people have been disagreeing with Gerard's takes. And it's funny to me because I'll be sitting there like, yeah, you right. Gerard wrong. You right. And stuff like that. But definitely, we love the engagement. Continue to engage with us on our pages. I got a special show for y'all. You already know what we talk about on here, Vegas sports, all Las Vegas sports. And because I got this special guest, it's only going to do her right by I'm just going to throw her in here. I'm going to let her introduce herself. All right, here we go. What's happening, Boss Barbie?
Hey, what up, though? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, man. It's been a minute. Miss you and your family. For
sure. I mean, a blast from the past. We're so happy to have you.
You guys can find me on Instagram at Barbie__world, and Twitter is boss__Barbie. Things has been looking up. Social media's definitely been doing numbers. Had a moment in media the other day with Asia and Chelsea, talking about Alicia Clark. So, ain't nothing stopped. I'm still out here grinding,
For sure. Well, we love having you back here for this episode. We really do appreciate it. Gerard couldn't make it to this episode, but he'll be back next week as my co-host here. Gerard, if you're listening, shout out to you, man. We're praying for you, definitely. And then I'm going to bring in a third co-host. Today, I'm bringing three people on here today. Miss Shakita Andrews. Shakita, what's happening?
What's going on? How's everybody?
We good. How are you?
I'm making it. I'm here.
Amen.
I like it. I like it. Man, I'm super excited for all of you guys to be on today's show. We actually have a game. If you guys are into a trivia game, we actually got a trivia game popping. I'm gonna bring in my trivia voice in here. Trivia voice, you in here?
I am. Let's start off today though with the little WNBA fact. Did you guys know the orange and oatmeal ball was a marketing move?
No, I didn't know that at all.
So the WNBA ball's orange and oatmeal stripe coloring was conceived so that when placed on the shelves in stores, the WNBA ball would set itself apart from other basketballs.
That's a fact.
Look, I don't know about sports, but that was pretty cool to know. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So whoever answers the question first, if you got the question, go ahead and answer it, or the answer, go ahead and answer it.
Are we gonna Are we gonna raise our hands or just answer it? Like, what are we doing?
We need buzzers.
Right,
we gotta try some type of buzzers. But sure. Raise your hand first. I'm looking at the screen, so whoever raised their hand first, then I'm gonna go ahead and see if you know the answer. We're gonna start with the first one. How old is the WNBA? Ooh, Boss Barbie.
26.
Ooh.
Because I want to say we celebrated 25 years last season. 26? No.
Somebody else? You gonna raise your hand? All right, Ben.
I'm gonna say 27.
Nah, you got it. Okay.
I knew it.
I wish you were so close.
I knew it was around there. I was like, it had to be either 25, 26, or 27. I knew it had to be around there.
27. April 24th, 1996. When and where was Lisa Leslie born? Anybody have any clue?
Well, she went to LA. Okay, hold on.
Okay, Ben.
I'm gonna say she was born in. Do we have to give the city or just the state? Or
I will say the state, and if you do know the city, that'd be great.
So I'm gonna say New Orleans or Louisiana. Excuse me. No.
Anybody else got a guess? Look, this is what you get when you tell me to study.
Right. No, that's good.
Nobody else?
Nobody?
All right, she was born in...
I'm just gonna guess.
Okay, go ahead and guess. Let's see what you got.
Well, Ben trying to lead me with that Louisiana, so... but maybe Alabama.
Ooh, nah.
Wait. Is it in the South at least?
I don't remember her being from the South.
Oh, is she from Chicago?
That's what.
No, the answer is California, Gardenia, California.
I almost said Cali too, man. That's crazy.
Go with your first answer.
I know.
I know she played professionally in California, but I didn't know she was from California. So that's cool.
Yeah, and then her birthday is July 7th, 1972.
Shout out to the GOAT.
All right, so next question. Does the WNBA use a smaller ball? All right, Boss Barbie.
28.5.
Ooh, look at her. She already got it. Okay. Yes, it's 1 inch smaller than the NBA ball. Mm-hmm. Which former WNBA player are the tallest female identical twins in the world?
I think I know, but I forgot their names.
I only know one set of WNBA twins, and that's the Paris twins.
Ooh, nope. Well, I don't know. So I'm gonna say their names. You guys know more.
Might be the girls from Double Take, that Disney movie.
Was it? It was them. I did see that movie.
I can't remember their names now, but they were identical twins.
Okay, you guys ready for the answer?
Yeah, go ahead. That's
all right. Heidi and Heather Berg.
Yeah,
that was
that's
them.
That's fake.
Wow. See, I didn't know their names. I just watched the movie. That's like
like I didn't know their name, but I knew the movie at least. I knew that one for sure.
Hey, Double Take. That takes me back. All right. Okay.
When did that come out?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's find out. Let's hit the Google.
Man,
that had to be like
I remember
early 2000s or something, maybe.
Game winner, like that.
Yeah. Or 2002.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, 2002.
Hey, like, you know what's funny about that movie? Like when she did that, like that crossover, that was the longest crossover I ever seen in my life. That was crazy. Hey, but she made it though for sure.
All right, so your last question, and you guys I'm done with y'all for today. Which team has won the most WNBA championships? All right, Ben, let's see what you got.
I believe it's the LA Sparks.
Ooh, it's on the list of answers, but it's not one.
Houston Comets.
Nope, it's on the list too, but that's not it.
All right, it's up to you, Sheeta.
He's like,
I have no idea.
All right, so the
wait. I think I know. Is it the? No, that's college. I was thinking of Connecticut, but that's college. The UConn Huskies is what I was thinking of, but that's college.
No, they weren't on the list at all. So I'm gonna say the four that I think, or the four answers that I have on here. So the Los Angeles Sparks, the Seattle Storm, Minnesota Lynx, or Houston Comets.
So who has the most?
They have four.
Lynx.
Oh, they're all tied?
No, it was the one of those answers. It was like a multiple.
Oh.
Or at least they want to tell y'all. I just want to see if you guys knew.
How many Minnesota got?
I have no idea.
Minnesota won a few recently, so I'm pretty sure they're probably up there.
I want to say they probably got 4, but the Comets got 3. The Sparks got like 3 or 4. Like
at least Sparks got 4.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm gonna have to look some of this stuff up now.
Man, like you totally like just blew me away with these questions. Like I didn't think you were gonna come this hard. I didn't know.
You told me to research.
Well, that was gang time. Thank you so much, Voice in the Clouds. We really appreciate you for coming in on this, giving us some gang time. Next time,
have a good night.
Thank you for exposing us.
For real, appreciate you. Everybody say bye to the mouth in the sky.
Bye.
Voice in the sky. So we're actually dive in to our first topic of the day. So as you guys know, the Aces have played their first playoff game against the Chicago Sky. As you guys know, they won. I believe it was 87-59, but we won. All three of us was actually at the game, and so we actually kind of got a perspective of everything that was going on, and it was a great game. I mean, from start to finish, a lot of playoff atmosphere was around. We were greeted to a whole bunch of towels being waved, like it was playoff basketball. Period is just different, and so we actually kind of want to recap and kind of tell our perspectives on it. The big four actually finished with 68 points, and it's crazy because the big four finished with 68 points while the other team only finished with 59. So that should tell you we were pretty dominant. But Boss Barbie, we'll start with you. What was your thoughts on the game?
I thought it was a good game. I thought the ladies definitely came out defensive minded, which is what led to a lot of their points. And, they were cooking on offense for sure. They had about almost 5 to 6 players in double digits. The offense was definitely spreading out. A lot of people was getting theirs. And, we got people that were in shooting slumps like KP and Alicia Clark, and clearly they are no longer in those slumps. Like, they are out here getting buckets now. So, it was definitely a good game, and much to my surprise, even expected to be, all business for them, for real.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, it was very defensive minded. I think I'm actually going to put in some coach talk.
Played great, great defense. Our bigs played great defense. It takes a whole team to kind of guard that trio. So our bigs covered a lot of ground tonight. They were all over the place defensively, and that's the luxury of having 3 really defensive-minded people at the 3, with AC in there and Kia and Asia. I was pleased with the defense.
Coach actually spoke about the defensive tenacity of not just the bigs, but the guards as well. Holding them, let me get my notes here. They held them to 23.1% shooting from the 3 and 35.4% from the field. If you guys don't know, average, WNBA teams are shooting about, 38 to 37% from the field. They held them to 35.4. So that should tell you what type of defensive effort was actually put up. Shakita, did you have any thoughts on the game of what you saw?
My thoughts were, last season, there were a few games where they would start, and then when they were really hitting it would be second half. But the game yesterday, they came out like it was already second half. Like, they came out like they were already ready to get the work in. They didn't come in with the mindset that, we're here to play. They came out to win. So as soon as they got on the court, it was go time. And it was literally like almost all gas, no brakes. So I really appreciated watching that. I don't know if everybody caught it, but in that one, I think it was in second half, Asia, were defense-wise, she had 2 blocks back-to-back in a matter of 3 seconds. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of moving. That's a lot of paying attention to detail. That's a lot of footwork. There was no laziness, and it absolutely showed. And it was a good game. It was a good game.
Yeah, definitely. And it's funny because I was sitting by y'all, and I know Shakita, she turned to me and she looked over at the Aces bench, and she was looking at Candace Parker. And it's funny because she told me man, Candace looked mad she ain't in that game last night. And I think I definitely saw that. I mean, her old team, the Chicago Sky, in the first round, this would be her first playoff appearance with us. I don't know if there's any updates into what's going on with her foot, if she's going to come back or not. Boss Robbie, did you hear anything about her foot, or is there any possibility of coming back at all?
Nah, still no timetable for her return, but they're taking whatever they can get when it comes to her and what she can bring to this team. And right now, she's literally watching and another coach on the bench. She's not one of those players who's gonna just sit there and not say anything because she's not in the game herself or whatever. She's just as much into the game, even more now than she was when she was able to play. So Coach Parker on the bench, Coach already talks about how Chelsea Gray is another coach on the team. You got Candace Parker with her experience in winning multiple championships and everything else that follows in her career. it's all ears gonna be open when she says anything on that bench.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I will voice one concern is in regards to the rebounds. Chicago won the rebounding battle. I know it was only by, I think, by 4. But no, actually, excuse me. The rebounding was actually 43-39. So yeah, that is 4. That's the one thing that I feel like maybe not in this series per se, because I don't think Chicago really has a dominant big that demands that type of attention. But when they start getting into the next round and into the conference finals and the finals, if they were to go that far, which we believe they will, that's the one thing that I feel like might be the Achilles heel. That's why we kind of need Candace Parker back. I mean, of course, Candace, heal up, of course, but I feel like that's the point of why. Down the stretch when we were getting towards the playoffs, we were kind of losing some games that we usually would win, especially down low. And so that's my one trepidation about them. I know that Asia's doing the best she can down there with her, and then Kia Stokes down there. I know they're trying to do the best they can down there. Dealing with everybody's bigs, but that's my one trepidation about yesterday's game. That kind of gave me a little bit of cause to pause. And when we actually face a bigger team, can that with that rear its ugly head, down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of rebounds out there to grab because the sky was breaking so much, Right. I think that the guards will come in and help. Jackie is somebody who's not afraid to get down there and grab some rebounds. We know Plum Dog ain't scared of nothing. And, Chelsea Gray, she's going to do what she's going to have to do as well. I feel like the reason why they won the rebound battle also yesterday, I seen the Aces kind of leaking out a couple times on the break after a shot was taken or whatever. So I know they'll probably see that in film and address that as well. And they won't lose in any place on the stat sheet come Sunday. I guarantee that.
I'm going to move on to our next subject, which, as you know, the NFL is back. The Raiders are back. Matter of fact, the Raiders are at the top of the division right now, 1-0. Chiefs lost, Chargers lost, Broncos lost to the Raiders. So I mean, it's a good time in Las Vegas for the Raiders. But I feel like, I don't know, dark times might be coming as the Bills come into town. As you know, the Bills did play on Monday Night Football against the Jets, where they did lose in a heartbreaking overtime loss. Kickoff return, as everybody in the NFL world knows, Aaron Rodgers did get hurt in that game, and so I guess we just assumed that the Jets were going to fall over and the Bills were going to win. But that man Josh Allen, he definitely turned over the ball a lot, and then going over to the Raiders, a close game, really close game with the Broncos. Really solid defensive play from both sides, but mostly from the Raiders. I will say one thing that the Raiders might have to clean up is turning over the ball in the red zone. Jimmy G did that once, so we'll see what's going on. But Ross Barbie, we'll start with you. What is your prediction for this Bills and Raiders matchup over in Buffalo this weekend?
Well, I think it's pretty much what everybody in the NFL world is expecting, which is the favorites to win this game. Like you said, they lost a heartbreaker on Monday Night Football week 1. So I expect them to come out and take all that frustration out on the Raiders, who are still a team that is trying to, put everything together with all the new additions that they have made over the offseason. I mean, they did do some good things against Denver, but again, Denver's also a team that is trying to figure themselves out as well. So it's not really much we can take from that game to, give future playoff predictions or anything like that. But, we do have a little more confidence in Jimmy G as a leader. For anybody who was maybe questioning that, for him to put it all on the line and run for that first down to seal the game, that shows a lot right there, because, he could have threw the ball away and, put them in a position to punt the ball and give the ball back to the Broncos with time still on the clock. So, you got to be happy with what you got, and you got Mad Max on defense. So he definitely going to make it tough for Josh Allen. So hopefully for the Bills, there's not any rain or anything because, man, like the rain has not took it easy on the NFL this season at all. Like
rain everywhere,
game,
West Coast, East Coast, North, South, rain everywhere.
Yep. Yeah. So that's also playing a role into, the way some of these games are turning out. Like, I mean, we saw with the Cowboys and the Giants, like the Giants couldn't even do anything.
Right.
So we'll see. I think the Raiders will compete, of course. But I'm gonna have to go with the Bills, man. They just got too much.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, I think so too. Shakita, you have any thoughts on this Raiders Bills matchup coming up this Sunday?
I don't. I mean, I'm my choice is the Bills. That's who I'm rocking with. I'm like, it's just gonna be the Bills. I don't have to give an explanation. But I was just giving the explanation. Like, I'll go with the Bills. Like, Raiders, you got my support, but Bills is where I'm going.
Yeah, you know what? I don't mean to sound controversial, but the Bills showed me something this Sunday and this Monday, and I'm scared of it. And the reason why is because Josh Allen is still turning over that ball at a crazy rate. 4 turnovers, 1 fumble that they actually, got back. He is, I have a buddy named Kerry. Shout out to Kerry. We've been going back and forth about, Mahomes against Josh Allen, and he goes with Josh Allen. I go with Mahomes. And to be honest with you, it's because he keeps turning over that ball. That's why I'm actually going with the Raiders. I'm going against the grain. Their defense impressed me big time. I'm going with the upset on the road. I know. If you're a betting person, you probably won't go with the Raiders, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders go up in New York in the Bill territory and win. I mean, who knows? We'll see.
Those are some pretty good points, man. Right. I mean, I hope it's just a good game. That's all I want.
Right.
Right. I just want to see the Raiders compete every game this season. And then if they have the lead, don't lose the lead. And we saw that a lot last season. So, I like Shakita, I'm supporting. I root for him for real, but
home city.
You can't go against Bills Mafia, man.
Nah. And it's crazy out there. We're gonna go into our last subject of the night. As you guys know, the WNBA has put out some of their awards. A shout out to Alicia Clark for winning 6th Woman of the Year. Clap it up for her. She has definitely earned it for sure. And also Breanna Stewart has won Offensive Player of the Year as well, edging out our own Asia Wilson by 1 point. And then, of course, Asia Wilson by one vote, excuse me. And then, of course, Asia Wilson did go ahead and win back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year. So clap it up for her as well. Definitely a reigning achievement. I believe she led the league in blocks this year as well. She was our defensive anchor, this whole year. I'm not sure where we ended up on the defensive rank, but I'm pretty sure we're in top 5 in defense and also paint points. Top 5 is what I believe that's where we are as well, because Asia has been so dominant. But I want to get to the juicy stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. The six woman of the year and defensive player of the year, that's fine. But how are we going to lose? How is Asia going to lose 1 vote by 1 vote to Breanna Stewart for offensive player of the year? I don't get it. Basketball Barbie makes sense of this. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Well, to clarify everybody before they start going crazy, this is not the official WNBA awards. This is some AP newspaper awards or something, something they made up out there in New York, which is gonna, of course, be in favor of any New York player. So that's pretty much what I got from that. It's been a war all season about why Stewie should win MVP over Asia, but real people who have actually watched this whole season, seen the impact statistically, seen the consistency in Asia compared to Stewie, is not even close. It's not even close. Like, Asia probably had 2 bad games all season, and one of them was against New York, and everybody started going crazy. And it was like, but Stewie also had a bad game also.
A lot of bad games against the Aces.
Yeah. So, they're not worried about what some newspaper voted for. I'm not worried about it either until the WNBA actually comes out and picks anyone else other than Asia. I'm just gonna sit back because they have to get this right. Like, there is no way that you can go wrong, even when it comes down to defensive player of the year. Like, you don't get an MVP that plays both sides of the ball. Stewie does not even have the same impact on defense that Asia does, and yet here we are with Asia in both categories for discussion of winning those. Like, that's an MVP to me. You're changing you impact the entire game. You impact on both sides of the ball, not just one. Your team is literally what it is because you're who you are. Like, so I'm not even gonna trip. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
Yeah. And I'm gonna just put my little 2 cents in because it's minor. It's small. But you just got an insight yesterday to how life has really been going for me, right? So I've been kind of behind the curve on a few things, and I was like, how is that even a conversation to be having? Because I hadn't seen the impact that Stewart could possibly be making to be in the same category right now with Asia. So I'm glad Barbie cleared that up, that it was something in New York anyway, because I was confused. But Asia, the way that she has been moving on both sides, and even with the it was back to that question you asked, Barbie. I think it was having the big, Candace being the pig or whatever. Asia, they adapt. Like, when they had Liz that one season, and then she was out because of COVID, they all adapt. Like, they literally maneuvered, worked a different way, and Asia was the big, and Asia is not that big. You know what I mean? And they made it happen. So it's a matter of having a chemistry on and off the court that the team has to, be able to trust in the parts where, everybody might not be at their best. So you got to be able to have somebody that's going to pull you up, whatever. But anyways, so back to Brianna and Asia. I don't even know how they ended up in the same category of anything at the moment, and how Brianna beat her out. But that's when we realize, and always will have to understand, that it is a political thing, and sometimes it's still underlying issues that we do not want to speak on as well, because we're going to ruffle feathers. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, so I'm rocking with Asia.
And let's not forget, she don't even shoot threes like that. Like, she may shoot one a game. Yep. For her to be scoring the way that she's scoring, that's off
efficiently.
that's off of her teammates finding her as she's, rolling to the basket. That's off of her offensively rebounding, defensively rebounding, and then running the floor or like what happened at the game. Game 1, 2 block shots and 1 defensive possession. Asia sprints down the court. The outlet pass goes up to Chelsea Gray, and Chelsea Gray tip passes it to Asia for a bucket. Literally, she's like all over the court. Like, you just cannot deny her at all. Like, and her work ethic and everything speaks for itself. Like, that's MVP all day. 3-time MVP.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. I mean, if you actually sat down with this season like we did and actually was at, the games or at least followed the season, there's no way that you're saying that Stewie had the impact that Asia did. I mean, Aces had the most wins ever for a WNBA team ever. That means through the whole, like we learned today, 27 years of their history, the Aces have, as a team, the most wins ever in that particular category. Look, I'm going to tell you something. I went to almost every game, and I promise you, Asia was the best player on each side of the court and each team on every occasion. I mean, yes, you might have some situations where maybe she might not be scoring, the biggest, but she had a big defensive impact on the game. And for me, I feel like for an MVP, it means most valuable player. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but how can you be the most valuable player on a team that you're second fiddle to? If you're trying to be the offensive player of the year, which the player of the year, I get it. Congrats to Stewie. I'm not hating on that, but what I'm saying is that I feel like if you're going to be the best player on the best team, that's where that award should go to. Asia is taking on the best player on defense and best player on offense, bigs wise. Still getting the same amount of points as Stewie's getting, and it has every responsibility on the defensive end to make sure that post player or whoever she's guarding isn't scoring at a crazy rate. For me, I feel like hats off to Stewie, but it's just Asia just has more impact. You're kind of omitting that Asia should have won that award because only lost by 1 vote. Now I can see if we maybe lost by 5, 10, okay. But 1 vote? No, you're omitting that Asia is the best player, but yet because Stewie's in your market, you have to give it to Stewie. And I understand that is what it is. I mean, East Coast, West Coast bias. But at the end of this whole ordeal with the playoffs, I think Asia's going to show you why she's the best player in the WNBA today, and maybe for the WNBA for the next 5 years, because she's still, I believe she's only 26. So she still has a good 5-7 year run of dominance. And I feel like she's not slowing down.
Yeah, that 53 ball she dropped against the Dream was like legendary. Like, I watched that game.
Right.
And she was hitting everything. Like, I even had called it probably in the first quarter because she had like 20. Almost in the first quarter. And I was just like, oh, Asia's going for like 40-50 tonight. And sure enough, by halftime, she had 25. And then she came out the second half and capped it off. He's literally proven why she should be MVP. Like, there's nobody in the league that has taken the beating and kept on giving out a beating of her own the way that she has.
Breanna Stewart finished with 23.0 points, and Asia finished with 22.8. So she literally got beat in the points percentage by 0.2%. Go over to the rebounding. Asia beats Breanna 9.5 over 9.3, and then we go over to field goal percentage. Asia is top 5. She's actually 3 at 55.7. You know where Stewie is? Not in top 5. So it's going to tell you guys something. I understand Stewie might shoot more threes, but 55.7%, that means that she makes more than she misses, period, anywhere from the field. So, what else do you want? I mean, get it from any angle possible. Field goal, points per game, rebounds, blocks, shots, anything you want to say, Asia got it, period. And she led in fantasy points. I mean, I know that might not mean a lot, but she led in fantasy points as well. All right, cool. Well, Boss Barbie, Shakita, I really do appreciate you guys for being on the show today. I know it's a long time coming, but I do appreciate you guys being on with me today. Definitely check out. Oh, and a shout out to my co-host Gerard. Yo, get better, man. I'll see you next week. Definitely check out Anointed Radio Sports on your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram. Also, download the Anointed Radio app on your App Store, your Google Play Store, and also go subscribe to our page as well. Like, share, subscribe. Drop a comment. There's something that we said on this show that you might not agree with. Drop that comment. We can have that conversation. That's totally fine. Hey, look, I'm with it. If y'all with it, I'm with it as well.
Yeah, man. The Instagram, like I said, Barbie __ world, and Twitter is boss __ Barbie. I'm still out here, man. The playoffs just started, and we already lit because we already see our path to the finals. And but we gonna stay one game at a time. We're not gonna start looking ahead or nothing like that. You know, we cover the Aces, so we got the same mindset as the Aces. One game at a time. We're not gonna get cocky or nothing like that, because that's how you get caught, New York. But anyways, so hey, I look forward to seeing the games tomorrow. New York takes on Washington. That's gonna be a good game. And the Dream takes on Dallas. That's gonna be another good game.
Man, like, that's gonna be one.
I just can't wait. We got some really good playoff basketball this season. So, you know, it's not gonna be easy. The Aces definitely know that. They got a target on their back, but they ready for the fight, man. They ain't running from it.
For sure. Shakita, where can they find you?
Mine is on Instagram. I'm Shakita _ Andrews. I don't have it on my thing, but and yeah, that's it. You can find me there. The playoffs, like Barbie said, they are pretty good games. Can't wait for the game on Sunday. And yeah, the Aces do have a target on their back, but they make their adjustments. I'm looking forward to seeing it. 3-time champs. I'm already getting my outfit together, and also going to have my Lysol, because the way that they had the crowd out there the last time, we were standing on each other's heels. I don't have time for that. I will have my back it up spray this go around, but I will be there. Okay.
For sure, definitely. And follow your boy at Benza _Washington 93 on Instagram. Definitely follow the page, Anointed Radio. Again, guys, we really appreciate you guys for tuning in with us. Thank you once again. You guys have a nice night. Stay safe. Peace.